People-centered design in principle is about finding out about other people's experiences, and it's something incredibly challenging to teach because people are inherently quite self-centered, and as designers we really want to design things that we think are cool and interesting. And so it's really challenging when you have a young person and you're trying to teach them how to think outside of themselves, how to think about something else. So that's where empathic research comes in and empathic design thinking comes in, because it provides some tools for students to use to move outside of themselves and to think more closely about other people. So the techniques that we use for empathic design is that we have lots of models and modeling of other people's experiences. And the more extreme those are, the more it jars a student and forces a student to move outside of their own interests, outside of their own value system, to really understand other people. So some of these strategies are putting on simulating goggles that simulate different vision capacities. Some of them are about putting on things to address hearing and have people feel as though they have had some hearing loss, or putting splints on a hand that prevents somebody from moving their limb in the way that they're accustomed to moving it. So in addition to that, we really like to expose people to those who have different abilities. So we like to bring lots of people into the classroom who have visual impairments or are in wheelchairs or really are experiencing the world in a very different way. So empathic research can be about the ordinary and the extraordinary. It can be about pregnant women or pushing a baby in a carriage, or it could be about somebody with a severe mental impairment or a severe physical impairment. So one of the things that's interesting about practicing people-centered design, and you're bringing all these people into the process, you're trying to jar students into thinking about the other, is that there's a real necessity for a shared language. And that shared language can be described as dialoguing together or however you want to phrase it. But ultimately what shared language is about is a symmetry in discussion, and that everybody has a voice. Everybody has a way of describing who they are and what their needs are, what their desires are, what their wants are. And that's really where we get at the heart of designing for other people, is teaching design students to think about listening to others, to actively listen, and to listen to understand other people, not just to hear them and pretend that they're going to design something for them, to really understand their experiences. So there's a real richness in doing this kind of empathic research around designing, because it brings people together in a way that there's a much deeper understanding for each other, and as a consequence, the products that are designed are a lot more meaningful.